You know, Puck, I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this all night. Quite frankly, I've been thinking about my decision all week because I knew that you weren't going to have the grapefruits to make up your own mind. So I knew I was going to have to make it up for you. And I've looked into the eyes of Ryback. I've looked into the eyes
I'll stop you right there. I'm already sick of hearing you talk. You egomaniac. Yeah, you'd boo me too if I put the beating I put on him on you. I beat you so bad, I obviously knocked a few screw looses. You egomaniac. You've gone off the deep end. I turned you into half a cripple, and now you're out here trying to compensate. You're trying to take away my rightful decision and who I'm going to face at Hell in a Cell. Well, I'll tell you what. There's my signature. You're going to do whatever you want to do in the first place. So go ahead. You choose, and I'll do exactly to one of these gentlemen what I did to you last week. I will break them.
You brought all this on yourself. You realize that if you'd accepted Cena's challenge several weeks ago, we wouldn't be standing here.
Talk. And I'm real shocked that you got John Cena's back. I mean, you two peas in a pod, right? Both of you, egomaniacs, inferiority complexes, insecure, jealous little men.
Enough! Ladies and gentlemen, as of today, CM Punk has been the WWE Champion for 330 days. A respectful achievement. And as a former champion, I respect the achievement. But from one man talking to another, you need to shut the hell up.
I think maybe we all need to shut up and let's get this over with. I've decided that CM Punk will defend...
Vince, hold on. I'm not done. Hey, I would like nothing more than to go to Hell in a Cell to compete against you for the WWE Championship. And then I look at Ryback, and I wonder, does he even care about the WWE Championship? Because it seems to me like all he cares about is kicking somebody's ass. And the way you run your mouth right now, CM Punk, you need to get your ass whipped. Vince McMahon has a lot of tough decisions. This is going to be the easiest one you ever made. And you, CM Punk, over the next 2 weeks, you are going to get no sleep. Because whether it's where you're prancing around in a WWE demanding respect, or whether it's the moments you spend at home, looking at yourself in the mirror, facing the music, your brain will be filled by 3 simple words. Feed me more. 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 Feed me more.
Oh my God, it's official.
It's official. CM Punk will defend the WWE Championship inside Hell in the Cell against Ryback.
Can you believe this?
It's a done deal. The die is cast. The uncompromising versus the undefeated.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
Sit down, shut up, and listen up.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you. Talking a little WWE, of course, it's now set. Ryback will face CM Punk for the WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell. Vince, not Hell in the Cell. Way to learn it. 5 matches so far set up for the pay-per-view. We'll go over them now, and I'll have my predictions certain to go wrong posted on the Facebook page next week as at least tentatively scheduled, although we've dodged quite a few bullets the last few weeks as far as preemptions, but it looks like it is set that next week I will be preempted off the air, so I'll have a video post, and I'll also have my predictions for Hell in a Cell up on the Facebook fan page. So go ahead and check that out. But here are the 5 matches so far announced by WWE for the pay-per-view 1 week from tomorrow. You've got, obviously mentioned, Ryback challenging CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship. You've also got Sheamus defending the World Championship against Big Show. Should be an interesting one there. Of course, they've been determining which has more force, the WMD punch or the brogue kick, in some silly skits and things of that nature. And Sheamus has kind of laughed and joked and happy-go-lucky his way through it. We'll see if Show gets another late championship reign in his career, because at this point we know he's north of 40. Kofi Kingston, he's defending the newly won Intercontinental Championship in a rematch against The Miz. In case you missed it, this past Wednesday on WWE Main Event, of course on Ion Television, yes, Kofi Kingston beating The Miz after the Trouble in Paradise kick to win the Intercontinental Championship. Great match if you haven't had the chance to see it, going about 22 minutes. It's what a lot of us as wrestling fans hope that Raw would be, in a sense, as far as quality matches and not a whole lot of filler. And it seems like it's more quantity of matches and a lot of filler. I mean, there were how many matches on Monday, for example? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 matches over the course of the 3 hours. And only one of those was longer than 10 minutes. Only 3 of them were longer than 5 minutes. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them were longer than 5 minutes. The rest were all 4 minutes or less, which, I don't know, what is that really doing for you when you have 3 hours to put out there? Plus, we've gotten, Matt Stryker in the ring, for example, Kane beating him in just under 2 minutes. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get to the phones, because I know a couple of you have been hanging on waiting. Let's get to Dan from Chicago, who's been extremely patient. Dan, thanks for hanging on. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
How you doing this week?
Not too bad. What's on your mind?
Well, I was kind of happy about Bound for Glory, just the reveal of Devon. I had a feeling it was him just because of that video that I posted on the group page.
I guess I'll have to. I've been kind of going back and forth trying to put a bunch of stuff together here. What do we? What did you put up there? Refresh my memory.
I put up there where Devon, Wes Briscoe and was talking.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that was earlier this week.
Yeah, I just had that feeling. I didn't read any spoilers like other people did, like other people do. I just kind of put 2 and 2 together because they've been talking about him, recently, and I just had a feeling that Devon was in.
Interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes, and obviously there are 2 others kind of on top of on top of the pecking order. Although they didn't really say that. I mean, I'm kind of just assuming that based on the little bit I know about. I guess Sons of Anarchy and and biker type things. As far as the pecking order when it comes to a biker group, but
right.
Since he has the Sergeant at Arms patch, that means that he's third in command, which is good, because if Devon was the leader of this whole thing, it would seem a little disappointing. Not necessarily lackluster, but it would seem a little disappointing if he was the guy.
And I've been waiting for Hogan every time he hit that music hits, and he has that baseball bat. I'm waiting for him to hit people from TNA.
You think he's? You think that 1 and 2 are what, like a Hogan and Bischoff type deal?
I'm thinking because it was weird that when I'm even thinking Joe Parsons in it too, because he was being weird when they brought, he's like, oh my God, you're okay. That one segment where he came in, oh my God, dude, are you okay? And Joe Parsons like, well, yeah, I can't talk about this on camera. Really? That's stupid. We want to know what's going on. And Hogan's like, what did you see, brother? And my wife cracked a joke, oh, I hope you didn't see me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, Dan. So here we go. All right, so once Lawler's back up to speed, switching over to WWE, what kind of broadcast team? What do you think would be the best team to lead Raw going forward?
I think it should be a 3-man team on Raw with Michael Cole, JBL, and the King, so that way the King could rest up every now and then and not say so much.
Cole, JBL, and Lawler. So Ross is the odd man out. He's going back. He's going back to Norman, Oklahoma, plugging barbecue sauce. That's it. See ya. Thanks for filling in.
He can do SmackDown with Michael Cole.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, all right. That's have Cole do double duty, and then have
or do Josh Matthews and Ross, and have Matthews do the filler spots, and have Ross be the commentator.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities to it. I just you seemed quick to show JR the door. Were you going to fire him on the way out too?
Oh, he's used to that, so.
Only once they come around to Oklahoma again.
Right.
Oh goodness! All right, and all right. I'll give you a crack at this. I had 3 things from Raw that really bugged me. What do you think?
Okay, I know. I think the first one is, I'm not sure about the other 2. You'll have to tell me. But the one is that the Vince McMahon was supposed to give his, decision on who he wanted to pick, but John Cena's the one who did it.
Actually, no. Although Cena is involved. Actually, Cena's involved in all 3 things that bugged me. Go figure.
Okay. I can't think of it. I have to go back and watch Raw tonight.
Oh yeah, that's all right. You know, put it up on the Facebook page if you think of it. That it was just kind of a curious thing. I mean, there was one that I thought was absolutely glaring, but I guess. I guess with the promotion of the WWE machine, it might have been something that, I don't know, just kind of glanced past you, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, and one last thing, and I'll let you go. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you finally took care of some business with some situation. I'm glad you future endeavored someone. I won't say who it is, but, I'm sure everybody in the group page and everybody listening to the show will say thank you.
Well, I appreciate the thanks. It's just... business that needed to be taken care of a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. You guys, both you and Eric, have been dealing with this guy for like ever, and I'm glad you finally had the grapefruit, so to speak, to do something. Thank you. But
benevolence only goes but so far.
Exactly.
And everybody has a breaking point. WWE had it for 2 years, and it was an awful pay-per-view, but... No, all kidding aside, I certainly appreciate the kind words. Thanks so much, Dan. Anyway, time for me to roll on as we do here. All right, I'll let one of them out here. There were 3 things that bothered me, and I decided to go top 3 answers, almost like a Family Feud type thing. The fact, and this was actually, I'd thought about it, but I guess it was probably best put in a pictorial form by a good friend Justin Henry, who does the Blue Bar Cage blog. Definitely go check that out. Obviously like the old Blue Bar steel cage. I figure I'll give him a little bit of a pump, for lack of a better term. But the fact that for the last 3 weeks, all we've heard is Cena talking about he wants a title shot against Punk. He wants a title shot against Punk. And then when it comes time for this contract decision between Cena and Ryback, Cena says, nope, give it to Ryback. Well, what about the last 3 weeks where you were saying you wanted a title shot? It was right there for you. You had your case pled and everything, and now all of a sudden, I want Ryback to beat you up more. Or I think he can beat you up more than I can. I mean, I know that it's a cover for the fact that Cena's elbow probably isn't 100% or isn't going to be 100% by the pay-per-view, but I think they could have either found a way around it or explained it a little bit better. I don't know, just kind of a thought on that. And actually, I guess backstage, we'll throw the second one out there, and I'll leave the most glaring one out there for you to guess either over the phones or the Facebook fan page. The fact that Cena would tell Vince McMahon not that he wants to beat up CM Punk or take the title as far as influencing Vince's decision, but just make your decision and I'll do what I do. It's very casual, very nonchalant. It screams to more of the happy-go-lucky kind of, I don't know. It's kind of like if Cena doesn't care about about going after the WWE title, why should the fans? And that's something that I don't know. I don't know if that's coming from Cena or if that's coming from the new crew with a lessened role by Brian Gewirtz or who that necessarily is. I mean, obviously, there were a lot of various jovial type things, but I don't know. It was just something that really irritated me, even though there was more than their fair share of comedy, as there continues to be. Go figure. All right, a couple more pieces of news and notes before we take care of some business here. And actually, we'll get into this this fairly big, long bit of news here. Of course, the Hulkster suing the Sponge. That's right. Hulk Hogan announcing in Tampa on Tuesday that he has filed a lawsuit against Bubba the Love Sponge, also known as Todd Clem, the radio, as well as the radio shock jock's ex-wife Heather Clem, for recording his sex act with Heather without his consent. Of course, following up on the sex tape story from last week. Hogan is also suing the Gawker website for publishing a portion of the footage of their intimate encounter. Hogan seeking $100 million from the Gawker website, as well as an unspecified amount from Bubba and Heather Clem. And now it's become a war of words. Bubba the Love Sponge stating on his radio show that claiming that Hogan may have played a role in the release of the video, and Bubba making it clear that he and Hogan are no longer friends, and that saying Hogan's self-centered, that's a direct quote, and convinced himself that his son Nick Hogan was innocent in his car accident, that Brooke Hogan has talent, and had a derogatory description for Linda as well that I'm not sure if I can say on the air, so I'm not going to. Bubba also claimed that he has never seen the tape. Quote, "I'm going to be honest with you, I have not seen the tape, including me supposedly bragging and being a horse's backside." A little bit of an editing there again. A reference to Bubba telling his ex-wife that they could sell the tape and retire. He says, quote, "I can't even comment on the validity. Hulk could have had something to do with the leak of it." So leave it to Hogan to not keep his mouth shut and take to the tweet as he felt the need to retaliate. Quote, "Getting ready to teach Blubber the Love Sponge who the man is and that he is a mark for himself that worked himself into a shoot effing mark. Too bad he didn't tell me the truth from the beginning. We would have been friends for life. Effing Mark Stooge Blubber." Oh, Hogan, that may come back to you in court. Also, according to TMZ, Hogan, in an interesting twist, isn't the only man to have had an encounter with Miss Heather Clem recorded on video. TMZ reporting that they have viewed 3 additional sex tapes with Clem and other men that were recorded while she was married to Bubba the Love Sponge. Each of the encounters occurred in the same bed that she shared with Hogan. One of the unidentified men in the video asked, "Is this thing recording?" "Okay, not that I don't trust you, but I will get in trouble if it doesn't." And oh, trouble you definitely are, unidentified gentlemen. You've realized that you have gone where Hogan and apparently quite a few others have gone before. On that note, we should take care of some business and come back, and because I don't know where else to go after that. We got to go to a break after that little bit of story. Of course, we've got Raw ratings to talk about. Tammy Sunny Sitch, of course, a wrestler returning to the ring after a major surgery from a few months ago. Rey Mysterio, we finally heard from him on why he hasn't been on TV in a couple of weeks, and a whole bunch more. I've also got a WrestleMania update, at least from a financial standpoint. And we still want to know, what do you think should be the broadcast team once Jerry Lawler is fully healthy and back? It seems like the 3-man team is the ideal situation. I wasn't expecting a Cole, Bradshaw, and Lawler, but it's certainly a possibility and definitely thrown out there. And I don't know, what about some of the younger guns or the replacements there? Because Lawler and JR, I mean, as great as they are, they're not getting any younger. I mean, Gordon Soley had to let himself go sometime in the 90s when his age and health weren't quite getting up there. So, I mean, is it time for a changing of the guard? Is Michael Cole part of that changing of the guard? I mean, there's all kinds of questions that can kind of stem from this, and hopefully you out there have the answers. I mean, I've got my ideas, and I'll get them to you on the other side as well. Let me give you the numbers: 215-949-3232, as well as toll free at 888-922-2149. Those are the ways to reach us, as well as the Pro Wrestling Weekly Facebook fan page. I was doing a little bit of research over the course of the week. Interesting statistic. This here that you're listening to right now is the longest running wrestling talk show on terrestrial radio in the country, closing in on 14 years. That's a hell of a stat, isn't it?
It is.
And Wild Bill Melody, I think you've been here since the beginning, right? Yeah, so got a better account than anybody of how long of a time that is, and I certainly appreciate it. And of course, thanks to the loose cannon Eric Argiulo for providing a little bit of info for that, and not a bad selling point. See if we can use that to get some more interviews. Anyway, more of your calls, more news, more notes. Still a lot to do here on Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.